It looked dicey at times, but both the Edmonton Oilers and Calgary Flames got the job done in the first round. And here we are now with the matchup that the hockey world has been craving for years. The last time there was a Battle of Alberta, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Johnny Gaudreau weren't even born yet. That was in 1991. Theo Fleury scored in overtime in Game 6 and did his iconic slide across the ice, but then Esa Tikkanen scored in overtime 2 nights later to win the series for the Oilers. The Battle of Alberta has been played in the playoffs 5 times, and the Oilers have won 4 of them. Calgary's one win came in 1986 when Steve Smith, an Edmonton defenseman, scored arguably the biggest goal in Flames history. Otherwise, Edmonton beat Calgary in 1983 en route to their first Stanley Cup final appearance, in 1984 en route to the first ever Stanley Cup championship, and they swept the Flames in 1988 on their way to yet another Stanley Cup. The Battle of Alberta was a bloodbath in the 1980s, but it cooled off as both teams moved into a period of mediocrity. There are some memorable moments from the 90s and 2000s, like Craig McTavish ripping Harvey the Hound's tongue out and Jerome McGinley dropping the gloves with Sheldon Surrey. But the rivalry didn't truly come back to life until this guy entered the picture. Matthew Tkachuk and his ability to get under the skin of his opponents revitalized the Battle of Alberta. Tkachuk threw some questionable hits at Zach Kassian didn't like it, he dropped the glove, Tkachuk turtled, and then all hell broke loose. And that's just scratching the surface. There's also the time that David Rittich did a bat flip in celebration after a shootout win, and that time that Mike Smith came down the ice and beat up Cam Talbot. Long story short, this is a series loaded with players who have seen a lot of each other and who do not like each other. The Oilers and Flames are also competitive at the same time for the first time in ages. After that playoff series in 1991, it took until 2006 for both teams to even qualify for the playoffs at the same time again. And that didn't happen again until 2017. The head-to-head in the Battle of Alberta has been tight as of late. In 2019-20, the Flames took 3 of 4 meetings, and then the Oilers won 6 of 10 meetings in the All-Canadian Division in 2021. Both teams earned 2 wins this year, with the home team coming out with the win each time. From Calgary's perspective, this is the best the Flames have been equipped for a playoff run in years. The team has bought into Daryl Sutter's system, they have a deep offense with 3 40-goal scorers on their top line, and a very solid Jacob Markstrom in net. From Edmonton's perspective, this is the deepest team of the Connor McDavid era, and the captain is on a mission. McDavid played arguably the best hockey of his career in Games 6 and 7 against the Kings, and he had 14 points in 7 games all told. McDavid has also always been fired up to play against Calgary. He has 26 goals at 34 career games against the Flames, which is the most goals he has against any opponent by a wide margin. Also, Mike Smith will be going up against his former club. After making that flub in Game 1, Smith stepped up and posted a .947 save percentage the rest of the series. He has a .932 save percentage for his career in the playoffs, second only all-time to Tim Thomas.